Yo, 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 what is good, everybody? Welcome into the Free Money Podcast here, coming to you live with another episode of Across the Pond, the soccer, football, gambling show here on the Free Money Show. And we're doing a Women's World Cup 2023 mini preview, 3 futures that I'm going to play here for the tournament that kicks off on the 20th of July, and getting ready for it for a possible USA three-peat. So we're going to start with the Golden Boot. So this is the top goal scorer for the tournament. And I'm going to go with Sam Kerr from Australia. 10-1 currently. Not sure the movement on it, if it is going to move, how much. But she is a monster, phenomenal player, and is doing great things for club and country. And Sam Kerr and Australia with New Zealand play host to this World Cup in 2023, and she hopes to propel them and make a little bit better run than last World Cup and make it past the round of 16. Last World Cup, she had 5 goals in 4 games, and I expect that number to go up. Australia, a really good team this year, number 10 in the world in the FIFA rankings, and hopefully they get a favorable matchup in the round of 16, because I think that they can make it out of the group and will do quite easily. For country, she has scored 9 goals in 10 friendlies since 2022, and in the 2020 Olympics, 6 games, 6 goals, averaged a goal a game. That is exactly what we need from her in this World Cup. The Asian Cup also, 4 games, 3 goals, so she can score and has in every single tournament. And for Chelsea in the Super League, 21 games, 12 goals. A little bit tougher competition with kind of how those clubs are made. And in the Champions League, 10 matches, 5 goals, so about a goal every 2 games. And Megan Rapinoe, last World Cup, won the Golden Boot with 6 goals scored. There was 2 other players not named Rapinoe to do it, one from England and one from USA. But based on the minutes, Megan Rapinoe won it. So it's essentially how far can the team make it. So USA, Alex Morgan, the heavy favorite. Sam Kerr, I think, is more talented than her. So if Australia can just make it past, we're essentially cheering for Australia with this. So let's make it happen, Sam. And Australia could have gone farther last World Cup, but lost on penalties. So always close. And I think now she kind of knows that she has to take care of business herself and can't really rely on penalty kicks or the goalkeeper, because it is a very tough way to handle a loss and play from it. So Sam Kerr will take care of business this tournament. And Australia likely has their best squad ever, and being in the host country, get a little bit extra juice, the fans rolling, and everybody there pretty hyped for it. So Sam Kerr, Golden Boot, 10-1 over at FanDuel. Pick number 2, speaking of host country, I kind of mentioned them a little bit earlier. New Zealand to qualify from Group A, -110 on FanDuel. This New Zealand team is ranked 26th in the women's FIFA ranking, closely to their next closest opponent, Switzerland, at 20th. And I think that they can possibly come second out of the group, but even if they don't, the hosts have qualified for every single World Cup that they host the competition. China did it twice, Sweden once, USA twice, Germany, Canada, and France. Norway is the heavy favorite in this group, and as long as they don't get blown out by Norway, they keep it close. A draw would be wonderful, but a loss of 1-2 won't be that bad. It's when it starts getting out of hand at the 3-5 range that we got to start worrying, because these 6 third-place teams get ranked 1-6 based on goal differential, points, all of that, and the top 4 teams advance to the next round, and I think that New Zealand is capable of doing so. Like I mentioned, they're very closely ranked to Switzerland, and I don't think Switzerland is really as hyped up, or really rather deserves the hype that they get. So this is a team that can definitely be beaten, and I think the New Zealand has the team capable to do so. That will be a good indicator of how we're going to end up doing. But this New Zealand team is a really good one. They have scoring. Gabby Rennie plays for ASU in the States, and a great goalkeeper in Aaron Naylor, 80 caps internationally for this New Zealand squad and the Ferns. The back four comprises of mainly Australian League players, the A-League, so they will be familiar with each other, and is a really big deal when you're playing international tournaments like this because you may not be on the same team, but you definitely know how they play, you watch them play, and you know what they're capable of. So that will be a big part and a big reason for the cohesion on that back line, which I think will be massive. Pick number 3, going for Team USA scoring leader, Trinity Rodman, plus 600 on FanDuel, the daughter of NBA player Dennis Rodman. Trinity has appeared in the last 5 games for the U.S. women's national team as either a sub or a starter in their friendlies. She has not scored for the national team, not in a friendly, but this is really her first crack at it. 20 years of age, she is probably the future of this team and one of the standouts going forward. 4 goals in 13 games this year in the NWSL in the United States, and at 20 years old, this is her time to really step forward and take the international stage. In her most recent game, the last friendly before the team headed to New Zealand, she scored 2 goals, and she definitely gets shots, has many shot attempts, and in her last 10 games has 2+ or more shots. So definitely what we want to see, putting shots on net, and that will come with goals for sure. USA has a little bit tough group, and I think that teams like Portugal will probably mark Alex Morgan and Swanson a little bit more. So that may leave room for Rodman to kind of step up and take that space that might not be preoccupied with somebody. A little bit of a long shot, but something that I think is worthy of a play. And then lastly, pick number 4, USA to reach the final, plus 125 on FanDuel. They're going for a three-peat. This team is incredible. They're stacked with talent, like I mentioned. Trinity Rodman. They just seem to keep spawning young stars for the team. And this is just to reach the final. They don't have to win it. They may, but we're just concerned with getting past the semifinal. And I think that they are very capable of doing so. They start with Vietnam, and a good win right there will start them off. They then face a tough Netherlands team who wants revenge for sure from their tough losses to the United States. And lastly, a Portugal side that I think will surprise a lot of people, may give the USA toughest competition in this group, to be quite honest. So definitely going to be playing that for sure. So those are the 4 plays. Pick number 1, Sam Kerr Golden Boot, plus 1,000 over on FanDuel, 10-1. She's phenomenal. She can score. She does it at pretty much every team that she's been on. So definitely one that is worthy of our money. Pick number 2, New Zealand to qualify for Group A, minus 110 on FanDuel. Top 3 teams are eligible for qualification. First 2 automatic. But they might surprise and I think give Switzerland a little bit of trouble that they wouldn't really expect. Pick number 3, Trinity Rodman, Team USA leading goal scorer, 6-1 on FanDuel. A lot of these players are kind of getting a little bit older, and I think that Rodman, this is kind of her chance to step up and make a name for herself on the international level. And then lastly, USA to reach the final, plus 125 on FanDuel. The World Cup starts Thursday, July 20th, so we'll have the plays there for that tournament. Getting excited because the games are during the day and a little bit at night, so a wonky schedule, but definitely ready for it. So thank you all for listening. As always, you can follow me at the RJ Larson on Twitter, here at the Free Money Show on YouTube, and the Free Money Podcast on Spotify. Appreciate it, and see you next time.